Podcast One presents The Lady Gang, the Hollywood Girl Posse, with LadyGang Quickie. Here's Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Let's make this quick.
Hello. Welcome to LadyGang Quickie. I'm Becca here with Jack and Kelty.
We are IRL.
I'm saying this, back to life, back to reality. Tour, summer is over. Tour was a massive success. We have a few more dates left, but we are getting back to reality on this Quickie. Back to reality. Focus on business, focusing on real life, focusing on getting back to doing our self-care. We're not on the road anymore. It's time.
Desperately needed.
It is time. We met thousands of fans out there. And I don't know if you guys feel like this, but I feel a little less put together than I did when I left.
I mean, that's understatement.
Everything is falling off.
Yeah, everything's falling off.
All the self-care had gone by the wayside.
Exactly. So we're so excited to partner with European Wax Center on this episode. You guys love it when we do these sort of deep dive episodes. And European Wax Center really helps us look and feel our best. Smooth is closer than you think. With a quick 15-minute appointment, we feel refreshed and ready to hit back into our lives and the next town. Like, the next thing we have is LA.
Yeah.
And so it's like, let's get it together. I will say this. I'm going to just start with this. Is that before I came on tour, I normally do a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Before I came on tour, I did something I don't normally do, which was grow out whatever's left of my leg hair. I don't have a ton, and got it waxed. I have not had to shave my legs this whole tour. It's been 3 weeks.
Really?
I'm
Your
still
whole
slick.
leg?
Yeah, I did up till above the knee.
Wow.
Just added that on as well.
Incredible.
Anyway, Jack, what are you excited about to get back to reality?
A sleeping schedule? I mean, I've talked about it a million times. I slept like crap on this tour, and I have a very regimented routine that I need at home to have a really, really nice sleep.
Talk me through that.
The whole routine?
Yeah.
Okay. So it starts off that I need to be getting into bed between 10 and 11.
Okay.
If it's any later, then I'm already starting off in a bad spot. 10 to 11, I'm getting into bed. The first thing I need to do before I get ready is take a CBD gummy.
Okay.
I take the CBD gummy, I brush my teeth, I put my night guard in because I have to sleep with my night guard. If I don't have my night guard, I'm going to grind my teeth off.
Right.
Then I have to get into bed, take my Chinese medicine enzymes, my trazodone, and Advil so I don't grind my teeth, which I feel like is probably bad for me to take every single night.
Yeah, it is. We'll get back to that.
And then I have to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm on my iPad and scroll the Bachelor subreddit for 15 minutes, and then I can sleep.
Are you watching Curb while scrolling subreddit?
It's just sitting on the background. I just need it as a comfort.
Do you fall asleep with it on?
Yeah, but I put the brightness and the volume down to 0. It's literally just I need it for my brain.
Okay. And then the subreddit, I'm just
scrolling
on your phone.
I'm learning all the deep dives of every single minutia in Bachelor Nation.
But are you doing this on your phone?
Yeah.
What happens if you're on your phone and a text comes through?
I don't reply to it.
But what
You see it.
But you see it.
Yeah, but who's texting me at 10:30?
I mean,
Me.
Crazy people.
Maybe.
I am very interested in your sleep, and I would be very open to you going to sleep therapy. Have you done it before?
Do they have specific sleep therapy?
I think my dad had to do it because he has sleep apnea, which is a breathing thing. But they go and they put you in the hospital.
Oh, like a sleep study.
A sleep study.
Oh my God, I would be so anxious. I would definitely not sleep doing that.
But they should see that because you live your life at a level of anxiousness.
Yeah.
So, but they keep you there long enough that eventually you get so exhausted, you do sleep, and they can see your brain waves and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say this. I know you're not going to change your ways. I'm a firm believer that even if your phone and your iPad is on low and the brightness is down and all these things, it's emitting some sort of electrical.
Yeah. Well, and the blue light and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. If believe it or not, I used to not always read before I went to sleep. I used to stay awake texting and being on my sidekick back in the day.
Miss it.
And I was a horrible sleeper and I had really, really bad nightmares. And I cleansed my brain diet to have no gore, anything like anxiety ridden. And then literally for at least 2 hours before I go to sleep, I don't see
a screen.
Unless it's emergency, I'm not looking at a screen. I don't do computer work at night.
Yeah.
I don't do, I'm just saying, I know that you're like, I need this thing to calm down, but I would be very interested to see what would happen if you were to change out those tech things for reading, deep breathing. Like, I know it's hard to think of like what that could be. And it doesn't have to be reading, but I do think there's something there.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I know you're right. I know all these things are correct. And I'm doing the thing that's like probably the worst for me.
Eating
eating a Snickers bar all day.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. I'll do an experiment for you too. And I'll try. Okay. I'll try it for a week. Reading.
Yeah.
Before bed and no texting.
And you could do like, I love the Kindle because there's something about being able to turn it on dark mode.
Yeah.
It's still a screen, but it's dark mode and you can kind of adjust the settings.
And it's paper white, so it doesn't have the blue light.
Oh. You're in your bed. You don't need a reading light, so you can have all the lights out already.
Oh. Yeah, which I love.
You can like get yourself as comfortable as you want, and because it's not like a book that you have to keep the pages open. I was so anti-Kindle for so long, and now I feel like I'm a spokesperson for it.
Yeah.
But and it's a screen that you can't get notifications on. You can't do anything. You can't I have moments where I'm like, if I were reading this on an iPad, I would go to Google something that came up into my mind.
Right.
But I'm stuck with the Kindle that literally does nothing but
have a book.
Be a book.
Yeah.
And there is something that, and you're going to probably have to like try what types of books you want to be reading at night.
Yeah.
But I do think that this is a little bit of that, like stubbornness where you do get set in your ways and you like your things the way you like them, but you're suffering from it.
Yeah.
And you're probably shortening your life and you're probably adding anxiety to your day. Like it's a trickle effect. And sleep is the foundation for like pretty much everything.
I know.
So just commit to it. I'm glad you're like, you're willing to commit, but I want to know how it goes.
You know, because keeping people awake is what they do as a form of torture.
Oh, you're being tortured.
No, you're torturing yourself. Yeah, it's really, really hard. But I also understand that it's the brain because when I'm dealing with my brother and he goes into mania and he stays away for 4 or 5 days and he's doing his best work. It's almost like that part of you that is your creative is like the part of you that's not letting you sleep. Because it's like you are an artist. So you're like, I'm not saying that you have a mental illness, but I'm saying like that creativity, like you're someone who I get up in the morning and I do my emails work like brunt of the day at 8 a.m. You're like, I'll do it by tonight because you like at 9:30 to sit down and be like, do something, you know, not all the time, but you do. And so I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing, but like, you do drive yourself crazy I'm really proud that you made it through.
Well, I'm just like now, we were talking about it last night, but now it's like an OCD tendency.
Sure.
And that's why I'm like scared to change it because I'm like, when I'm at home, I feel
safe
and I can sleep. I sleep fine at home always. It's always just when I'm traveling or like, especially on tour was horrible. But like, that's why I'm like, I have this thing. I've like figured it out in my brain. I'm like, I don't want to change it because like the screens,
but that's like part of the control too, where you're probably a little bit of this like OCD tendencies is because like you want to have the predictability and you want to have control over something. I wonder like if regular therapy is also like you kind of
we will get Jack.
You need new affirmations.
Listen, it's coming. I just keep putting it off.
You just need new affirmations and new beliefs about yourself. Like that's what therapy is really amazing at is that there's somebody sitting there being like,
you're actually thinking wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
You think this is the only way you can do something, but you actually just have convinced yourself that it's the only way that you can do something out of some form of like feeling secure in it.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited for you. I'm going to eat some salads and you're going to do some therapy. Feel relaxed and refreshed in only 15 minutes. Book your smooth escape with the wax experts at European Wax Center. They offer fast, convenient appointments that make it easy to find your moment of smooth. And it only takes 15 minutes to feel relaxed, refreshed, and restored. Reveal beautiful skin wherever you want, from brows to your toes. I love doing my toes. European Wax Center specializes in all kinds of smooth. You gotta trust the experts at European Wax Center to help you strut out with confidence. And let me tell you, I am heading out on tour, and I've already already made my appointment because I need all the confidence I can get heading into this crazy, stressful time. There's hundreds of locations, and your wax center could be just around the corner. Give them 15 minutes of your time, and they'll give you some extra smooth. Experience a new state of smooth at European Wax Center. Make a reservation today. Your first wax is free. That's right. Your first wax is free. You just go to waxcenter.com and you put in the appointment, and your first wax is free. Go get them.
The Lady Gang.
Back to reality.
Can you just start eating like this is so triggering for me.
It's so triggering for me, and I don't want everyone else to be triggered.
No, I know,
it's
but
a whole thing.
I really just want you to the self-care of it all. I know that your bad choices are not conscious. I know that you literally you again have a little bit of that mania where you get so busy and
just like bulldoze through the day.
Jack really doesn't focus on sleep and you don't focus on nutrition, and those are the two things that we need to be alive, you guys. And so being on this tour has been very challenging for me as somebody who cares about you to watch two people that I love really
combust,
deteriorate, self-destruct.
Yeah.
And I do want you guys, and listen, I'm a flawed human up and down the spectrum, but like when it comes to the two things I need in it just to be a like healthy human, I think I probably have the most balance in this group.
For sure.
And I just want you, it's not salads. I need you to eat hot foods because hot is really good for your digestion.
Yeah.
My acupuncturist was like,
I keep saying that in my head.
yes.
Your stomach is a furnace.
Your stomach is a furnace. So like if you're existing off raw food and salads and smoothies and yes, it's good for you. Like it's not, we're not going to like take that away, but your stomach is a fire and you want to always keep it kind of the embers burning. And so it's good to have like hot foods that are like warming you from the inside, and that's your fuel. So your body's not taking all the energy to like warm up that smoothie that you ate.
When I go back to reality, I'm going to be cooking like a hot.
So no Snickers?
No, I do
heat the Snicker up.
But that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
just going to make it a soup.
It's going to be a soup. No, but when I'm home, I actually cook dinner for Chris. So it's like we eat. Yeah. Anyway, back to reality, Becca.
Back to reality.
Yes, I will. We have our plans. What's your back to reality plan?
I mean, I need to figure out balance in just not necessarily like when I'm taking care of myself. It's just in life, like time management, really committing to not working in certain periods of time in the day.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out what this new I'm navigating new motherhood. I'm still in my first year, and so I just have to go back to figuring out what that is for me. We've recently found like a sitter that we can use when we want to go to dinner, because for a while it was just our nanny who only does the weekdays and like stays till 3, and it's amazing, and we're so lucky. And I felt really I felt like it was just a little bit like ridiculous to also start looking for somebody else to go to do evenings. But then I realized that like for Zach and me, we need that too.
Well, because during the day when Nanny's there, you're actually working
the whole time.
You're doing your whole life. So there actually is no time off.
Yeah. And
there's
so
no time for you guys.
There's no time for us. So yeah, just sort of figuring that out. And yeah, it's just been like a shit show of the first year, and it's been frustrating and really hard and also great. So it's just,
when you've been thrust into such a unconventional like situation with like our tour and with work and stuff like that, it's like you can't just like get yourself into a nice schedule when everything is so off the walls.
No, it's crazy. But I did have a weird thing happen. I think this tour we've kind of talked about it before, but like I think this tour really showed me that I am not going to be able to be seduced by jobs anymore the way that I used to be. And it's because I have Ford, and it's actually really liberating, because I always thought when women said things like, even Gwyneth Paltrow, she was on the set of Glee, and we were sitting at base camp, which is kind of like the middle of where all of our trailers meet. We were all just like chatting, and she and I had a moment where she was talking about her kids and how she decided to only do one acting role a year, like committed to doing that while her kids were young. And I remember even with Gwyneth, I was like, does she really want to be doing that? Like, doesn't she want to be acting more? Is this like a way of protecting yourself by saying you don't want more
So
that you can't be disappointed or heartbroken?
Yeah.
I really felt like that. Even with Gwyneth Paltrow, I was like, obviously she can work as much as she wants, but I'm like, is there something in this that women are using this idea of being a mom as like protecting, self-protection of like not getting your heart broken over other things that you strive for in your career? But I realized on this tour, it's absolutely so true. There was nothing else in my life that I would ever be like, we're used to literally just doing whatever we need to do to get that career thing to happen.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I might turn down the next job that I get to stay home and take care of myself and like my family.
Well, that's like, it's such a good exercise in ego and priorities and, you know, figuring out what actually fucking matters. Because in that situation, it's like you're probably taking that job because it's like, this is going to give me validation. Yeah. This is going to set me up for the next thing. This is going to make me relevant.
She's also worked 20 years to get to a place where you're getting jobs. So like now you're getting the jobs, you're going to turn it down.
Yeah.
You're getting the thing you always wanted and you're going to say no?
Because maybe the reason why you wanted it isn't exactly like
fulfilling anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Wow. Life, man.
Love it.
Well, we're back to our busy lives. We're back to reality. We're back to just podcasting and the fall.
Thank God.
And we're going back to self-care, which is so exciting. And, you know, we've been partners with European Wax Center for so many years now, and we absolutely love them. You make your appointment online. Your first wax is free. It's 15-minute appointments. You go in. I mean, don't be nervous. There's a whole Instagram reel about what it's like to get a Brazilian that I made. I wax my toes, but you know, it's those little things about self-care and the rituals of like staying true to who you are, even if you are a mom and not sleeping. And, you know, we're all imperfect, but we can keep those things that we do once a month, every few weeks, our manicures, our waxes, our facials, like they're indulgences, but they also help keep us like level. So we're so excited. Visit European Wax Center or waxcenter.com for more information. Bye.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.